Just about set to go. And towing the slab in this one, Clayton Kershaw. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of tough situations and get his team back in the dugout.
And he went around. That's ruled a swing. Next offering upstairs. And here it comes. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. That gets down for a hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Looked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely. And that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
So up next, Jake Myers. That one finds the corner. 0-1. Kershaw measures 6 feet 4 inches. He features a slider, a 4-seamer, a curve, and occasionally works in a splitter. Now the 0-1. And that one fouled off. Outside low. Now 1-2.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there, and boy, umpire didn't give him the call. I bet you if he throws it again, hitter knows he's going to have to swing it.
And down on strikes he goes, and one gone.
Oh, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle, so I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve. First pitch just misses. Swing and a miss.
1-1.
Swing and a miss as he was out front.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. To short, could be 2. Over to second for 1. On to Freeman. Double play. Inning over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. And now the Dodgers get a crack at it. No score. Back here at Chavez Ravine. And the right-hander with the good curveball, Lance McCullers Jr.
Well, this guy wants to be better than that. I mean, the ERA is bloated. He understands that he's got to put his team in a better position to win ball games. And at this point, you have to forget about your own individual stats, and you have to go out there and attack and try to get that W. And if you do that, you'll look up, and most likely that ERA will have dropped over time.
Enrique Hernandez leading things off and takes a strike. McCullers winds, fires. That one outside, and 1-1. Right through there for a strike. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Had him out front for strike 3.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
And that one is lifted in the air. And that'll fall for a base hit. Around first, heading for 2. Betts around second, headed for third. Throw pulls him off the bag, and he's safe. Will Smith to the plate. Right back to him on the mound. In plenty of time to first, and they get the out on Smith. Time to check out the Dodgers lineup. Their opponent on the mound today does run into some trouble finding the strike zone at times. So, Singy, I got to figure part of the plan, be patient, be selective today.
Yeah, you know coming in, regardless of, what that first inning is going to look like, you know his history. You don't want to help him out. You've got to be patient and make sure that when you attack that it's a pitch that you can do some damage with. Otherwise, just build up some traffic on the base pass, push across some easy runs, and perhaps get into some of those gap arms in the bullpen.
Freddie Freeman in now, takes ball 1 off the plate. Yeah, that's fouled off. Swing, and Freeman blasts one to right. Smith going back. This one's going to carry, and it's gone. His 11th of the year. It's 2-0.
Freddie has such a smooth swing. He makes these home runs look so effortless. Up and in can be such a tough pitch for the hitters. You have to keep your hands above the baseball, and that's exactly what he did. He caught it out front and drove it out of here.
2 outs, nobody on. And now the right fielder, Andy Pajes. There's a strike. Two out, space is empty.
Ball 1.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Two down, nobody on. And a liner out into right center for a base hit.
Really nice job of two-strike hitting in that at bat. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
And now it's Max Muncy. That clips the corner. In the dirt.
He's given up a couple of runs, but the pitch count really not as high as you would think. Might be able to get through this one under 25 pitches.
Muncy hits one in the air. Dubon sizing this one up. He's got it, and that'll do it. 2-run shot for the Dodgers this inning, and it's 2-zip. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. All set for the start of the inning. And stepping in for the Astros, Cam Smith. Kershaw back to work. Slides, but he can't come up with it.
All over that one right there. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done.
And now it's Christian Walker. And that's in for a strike. 0-1.
0-1.
Kershaw deals, and there's a strike. Gary Simmons has the plate duty in this one.
Well, with Simmons, it's not always your standard strike zone, Boog. It kind of gives a little extra in some parts of the zone and then can be tighter in others. But I think the important thing is he doesn't get labeled as inconsistent, so you got to stay ready up there.
That one well upstairs. And the count 1-2. Yeah, one of those umpires, you just have to know what to expect, right?
Exactly.
Ground ball to first, could be 2. To Betts at second for 1. On to Freddie. Double play.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
And here's the catcher, Yainer Diaz. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Just missed.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
That breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond. Just a tough pitch to hit and not an easy one to throw either.
That clips the corner.
Count is 3-2.
On the ground to third, Muncy. Not in time. He's safe.
Tough play and a nice backhand stop. Had to be perfect with the exchange and throw to get the out, but it looked like he had to dig in there a little deeper, like he was trying to get a split finger grip or something. Close play, but that little extra time on the transfer made all the difference.
So now the Astros designated hitter, Cooper Hummel. He's been a great free agent sign. And base hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Batting 8th, third baseman, Shea Whitcomb.
And next to hit for Houston, Shea Whitcomb. On the corner for a strike. Close one, doesn't get the call. And now it's even 1-1.
Man, I'm pretty impressed out there on the mound right now. I mean, these are tough spots where pitchers really got to bear down. Those last 2 pitches were well executed.
got him swinging. 2 left for the Astros. They trail it here 2-0. Bottom half of inning number 2. Here's the veteran outfielder, Michael Conforto.
Michael Conforto.
That's in there. That's strike 1. That's down and in.
Ball.
And a foul ball. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Throw to first. In time to get him. 1 away in the strikeout.
Well, I don't think there's a hitter alive that hasn't at some point succumbed to that pitch right there. It just looks like it's in the zone the entire way, and then the top spin and gravity take over in the blink of an eye, and it's just such a tough pitch to lay off of.
And here comes Tommy Edman. That one finds the zone. It's strike 1 on Edman. Popped up to the left into foul ground. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
Batting ninth, second baseman, Ha-Seong
2 outs,
Kim.
base is empty. Next to hit, Ha-Seong Kim. And ball 1.
1-0.
And it's even up.
1-1.
That's to third. Sends it across to first. Inning over. Dodgers down in order, but they're on top 2-0. Back here in L.A., new inning getting started. And stepping in for the Astros, Mauricio Dubon. Just missed. Dubon checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. No swing. He held up. Patrick Johnson with the call there. Kershaw fires. Foul ball there. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Well, it's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
To first, leadoff man retired here in the third.
Now batting, shortstop, Isaac Paredes.
Isaac Paredes now at the plate. He's 1 for 1, led off the game with a single. This to third. Throw on to Freeman. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, center fielder, Jake Myers.
2 down, base is empty. So next up for Houston, Jake Myers. Went down on strikes his first time through. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. 2 outs. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Pajes on the move. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's Kike Hernandez.
Designated hitter, Kike Hernandez.
And that drops in for a strike. Fought off foul. Just off the outside corner. And it's 1-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Popped up. Walker settles under this one. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, the catcher, Will Smith.
And up to the plate is Will Smith. Grounded out his first time up. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
0-1's the count.
There's a swing and a miss.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
Soft contact in the air and makes the play, and that's out number 3. Dodgers go down quietly, but they hold the 2-0 lead. And we're back.
Leading off
Start of the 4th. Jose Altuve up to hit here. Altuve, 34-year-old vet, and he was born in Venezuela. That one finds the zone. It's 0-1. Hit on the ground to short. Betts tosses across the first, and they get Altuve for the out.
Now batting, number 11.
So here's the Astros cleanup hitter, Cam Smith. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And that's outside. Ball 1. And another ball.
2-0.
On the ground, right side. Kim slings to first, and a couple of quick outs.
Now batting, first baseman, Christian Walker.
2 outs, base is empty. Christian Walker up next for the Astros. 0 for 1 so far. Right through there for a strike.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
That misses the zone, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. That misses. It's 2-2. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. And that's downstairs and outside. Got him looking. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing there for Houston. They trail things here 2-0. Back here at Dodger Stadium. Next to the dish is Freddie.
First baseman, Freddie Freeman.
On the ground, right side. Altuve handles it. Tosses to first. And Freeman is retired.
Good slider
Up next,
inside right
for
there.
the
Batter
Dodgers,
fighting to get there.
right
Just rolled
fielder,
over it. Got the ground ball.
Andy Pages.
So digging in, Andy Pages. A single his first time. Swinging a foul straight back. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Drops into the glove, and there's 2 away.
Boy, that was a hanging breaking ball right there. I think he tried to do a little bit too much. Sometimes those eyes can get really big. I think his swing broke down as well, and that's what caused him to pop it up.
Muncy takes a ball as he stands in for the second time. Got it started a little too early. Strike one.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Next pitch is outside.
Well, he's not afraid to fall into a 2-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well. So much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not.
Here's a high chopper. Bounces into the outfield for a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Now batting.
And here is Michael Conforto. He's 0 for 1.
Conforto.
Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. And that's the 3rd out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Astros nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark.
Astros,
Top 5, John
catcher,
Sciambi with Chris Singleton.
Diaz.
And leading it off, Yainer Diaz. Kershaw back to work. And that is out of play.
Well, these Astros just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
There's the splitter in the dirt, swing and a miss. Beats him for the 1st out, and that completes the strikeout.
Well, that splitter out of the hand, it just sort of jumps on you, and your interpretation is here comes a fastball again. Well, it never really reaches because the bottom falls out of it, and you swing over the top. And that's why they call it a split finger fastball, because it looks like a 4-seamer.
And here is Cooper Hummel. And that misses. And that is ball 1. One down, base is empty. And that's downstairs. And that's ball 2. Right through there for a strike. 1 out, base is empty. Fouls one off. 2-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And that one lifted in the air, center field. Edman makes the grab. That's out number 2.
Up next for the Astros, third baseman Shea
So up next,
Whitcomb.
Shea Whitcomb. His first at bat was a strikeout. That misses. 1-0. Swing and a chopper out to short. Betts whips it to first. And that is the inning. 1-2-3 go the Astros. They're still down. It's 2-0. Back here at Chavez Ravine, bottom of the inning. Digging in is the switch inning outfielder, Tommy Edman. On the ground to the left. Whips it across, and they get Edman for the out.
Up next for the Dodgers, second baseman Ha-Seong Kim.
And the batter now, Ha-Seong Kim. Grounded out his first time.
Well, you got to give him credit out there on the mound. This outing started off a little shaky, but he's found a way to settle in and turn this into a pretty good start. Kind of shows you a lot about his mental makeup as a pitcher.
And Kike Hernandez at the plate. We're 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Ball one there. Kim, the base runner at first with one out. A changeup missing, and that's ball 2.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
That one catches the zone. Now 2 balls and a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That to right. Smith hauls it in for the out.
Now batting, shortstop Mookie Betts.
Here's Mookie to hit. 1 for 2 in the game. He tripled and scored in the first. There's the strike. In there at the knees, and it's 0-2.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. He makes the grab, and that is that. So 1 hit is all they get. We're through 5. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Astros 0. Back here in LA, top of the 6th inning. Here's Mauricio Dubon. Inside, just missed. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Conforto makes the catch. 1 down.
Oh, I think the key, if he can get through 1 more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Paredes, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. That catches the corner. The Astros down by a pair, and we're the top half of the 6th. That one
Inside,
just
ball
missing
one.
inside. Ball one. This one popped up. Makes the grab. 2 down. At the plate, Jake Myers. 0 for 2 in this one. And that's too high. And another ball. And it's fouled away. Next pitch is outside.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
Draws the walk there.
Take your base.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very
second
aggressive
baseman,
secondary
Jose
lead. So a ball
Altuve.
down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Altuve stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Fouled off left side.
He might want to steal second in this spot, but he's dealing with a catcher that has one of the best pop times in the game. He needs to pick his spot very wisely.
2 balls.
In the
1
dirt.
strike.
Comebacker to the mound. Sends it to first. 3rd out, and that ends the frame. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Astros nothing. And we're back. Bottom of the 6th. The batter now will be Will Smith. Up the middle. Whips it to first. And they get the out on Smith.
Now batting, the first baseman, Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman up to the dish. His homer earlier is responsible for the only runs they've scored in this one.
Yeah, forget small ball. They're kind of living and dying by the long ball so far in this one. On the mound, he had a little trouble back in the first, but it's been a different story the rest of the way. Really settled into this outing nicely.
Base is empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. That pitch gets the corner, and it's 1-1.
Boog, that hook's looking pretty sharp today. Just a solid pitching performance so far, and I really think it's because of that curveball.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Now batting.
Manager
the
out of the
right
dugout
fielder,
now, and he'll make a move to dip
Andy
into the Astros bullpen. McCullers gets the hook, and they trail as he exits, but he kept them close. A new arm will be on the mound after the break.
Now pitching for Houston.
And Framber Valdez
Number 59.
into the game.
Well, he's been a
Framber
really tough
Valdez.
guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
Man at first. Now it's going to be Andy Pajes. 1 for 2. Just missed. That one fouled off. Next offering is fouled back. Fights that one away. Still 1-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That one misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Freeman leads off first with 1 away. Got him swinging. He chased the changeup. 2 gone.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of
Now
pitches
batting,
to even that
baseman,
count off at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Here comes Max Muncy. And first offering is fouled off. And strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Two outs. And that's down and away.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. 2-2. Good job to fight that one off. Swings and misses, struck him out. 1 left for LA as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Back here at Dodger Stadium, we go to the top of the 7th, and here now is the Astros cleanup hitter, Cam Smith. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. The Dodgers bullpen with some action. Kirby Yates looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Klein warming up as well. Close, but called a ball. And the count is 1-1.
You can tell by their swings, this lineup is having trouble gauging speeds. Timing is everything in hitting, and right now they just don't have it.
That one inside. 2-1. Next offering is fouled back. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. And a swing and a miss. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Christian Walker will hit next. Nasty pitch right there. 0-1. And there's a ball.
Well, it's been a very impressive outing so far. His command has been a big part of it. Even when he misses outside the strike zone, which is exactly what a pitcher wants.
One down, base is empty. Stays alive. And that's off the inside edge. And the count's even at 2. And that one upstairs. The Astros trailing by 2 here in the top half of inning number 7. And it's ball 4. He missed down low. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Now a great back and forth and that at bat. He had to play off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
And the Dodgers will go to the bullpen. Kershaw will depart. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching.
New pitcher for the Dodgers, Kirby Yates.
Number 38.
32nd appearance.
Kirby Yates.
One gone, runner at first. Yainer Diaz digs in now.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
Just missed.
Last 2 pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, he's going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
Tying run at the plate. That one misses. And now 3-0.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
The tying run at the plate. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about. Now batting, the designated
So now the
hitter,
Astros
Cooper
designated
Hummel.
hitter, Cooper Hummel.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
In there for a strike at the top of the zone. Out to center. Edman going after it. Makes the grab. 2 down.
Up next for the Astros, third baseman Shea Whitcomb.
So digging in, Shea Whitcomb. Fastball for a strike. 0-1.
You know, he can move the ball around, add and subtract, get some weak contact at times. So you don't worry as much about him in this situation. Very capable of getting a ground ball and getting out of this little jam.
Walker, the lead runner at second. Diaz on at first with 2 down. Hot shot to third. They get the force, and that is that. Excellent work out of the Dodgers bullpen there. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Astros nothing. Bottom of the 7th,
Leading
and at the
off
plate for the Dodgers, Michael
left
Conforto.
fielder, Michael
Valdez, the
Conforto.
lefty who lights up the radar gun. 31 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
The 1-1 is fouled off. And that skips in the dirt.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Pitch is in the dirt, and the count's full. Up the middle, and it's through for a hit. And a good start to the inning.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. And there's a foul ball.
You know, these Dodgers really impressing me with the quality of their bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. One thing is they haven't been fooled all that much. 6 of their hits have come off speed pitches.
Dubon sizes this one up, makes the grab, one down.
And that success against off-speed pitches tells me they're doing a great job of seeing the ball deep, letting the ball travel, and then just trying to use the whole field.
Stepping in, Ha-Seong Kim. That one inside, and that's ball 1.
Always tough to turn 2 on a speedster like this. It's even harder with him coming out of the left-handed batter's box. You really need something to hit hard on the ground that they can handle to turn 2 quickly.
Runner takes off, swinging a ground ball. Paredes fires over to first. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion.
Good offside run and sink on that pitch right there. Got inside on him and got him to bounce into that out.
Here's Kike Hernandez. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. In the dirt, blocked.
0-1.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. And it's through for a hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they take a 3-run lead.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Here's Mookie now, 1 for 3. And first offering is fouled off. Swing and a miss.
No balls, 2 strikes.
One run across in the frame so far. You're the bottom of the 7th. Misses off the plate. Going to count 1 and 2.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than to have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Now it's 3 and 2.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Will Smith waiting to bat for the Dodgers. On the ground to third. And it gets by him. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Back-to-back singles, 10th pitch of the at-bat, and he was able to put it in play, find a hole, and get a knock.
Will Smith, the next to hit. 0 for 3 in this one. First pitch, and he just misses.
Ball 1, no strike.
Two on, 2 outs. That's outside. And now 2-0.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, don't expect too many more high fastballs. This is a good sinker ball pitcher, and sometimes they can make mistakes trying to pitch up in the zone. Look for him to stay down around the knees to be effective.
Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 3-0. You're dialed into the show. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the eighth. Will Klein. He's making his fourth appearance of the season. And stepping in for the Astros, Mauricio Dubon. That one to first, and Freeman, the Gold Glover, makes the play. He'll do it himself. First out in the top of the eighth.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
Isaac Paredes now at the plate. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. First offering, and it just misses.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the ninth, that closer's coming in.
Ground ball up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. And they have their first hit since the second inning.
Now batting, the center fielder,
and next to hit for Houston,
Myers.
Jake Myers. And the first pitch is drilled in the air out to center. Edman pulls it down, and there's two gone.
Now batting, second baseman, Jose Altuve.
Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. 3 groundouts already. He's 0 for 3. Just missed. Paredes leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
11.
Cam Smith up next for the Astros. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the ninth with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
With the tying run at the plate, and we're in the top of the eighth. That misses. 1-1. That one the other way. Throw on to Freeman. Out number 3. 2 left for the Astros. They trail in this one 3-0.
Now pitching for Houston.
And we've got ourselves a pitching
Number
change.
74.
Ryan King.
Pretty
Ryan
tight game,
King.
so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
There's Freddie Freeman
Leading
now.
off
He's
for the
already
Dodgers,
homered here in this one.
First baseman, Freddie